Netflix is full of blockbuster hits, but buried deeper in its library are hidden gems films that slipped under the radar but deliver unforgettable stories. From psychological thrillers to chilling horror and emotional dramas, here are 10 hidden Netflix gems you need to watch. Matt Palmer's Calibre is a gripping British thriller that proves how a single mistake can spiral into a nightmare, set against the haunting beauty of the Scottish Highlands. The story follows two lifelong friends on what should have been a simple hunting trip. But when tragedy strikes, they find themselves caught in a web of lies, fear, and moral compromise. The tension is relentless, building from quiet unease to suffocating dread. Loden and Martin McCann deliver raw, unforgettable performances that ground the story in emotional truth. Hey, what makes Calibre stand out is its realism. It feels less like a movie and more like something terrifyingly possible. With its suffocating atmosphere and moral dilemmas, this hidden gem deserves far more recognition than it's received. Would you risk everything to protect a friend's secret? Up next, a Sundance-winning dark comedy that turns everyday frustration into something extraordinary. This Netflix original is a strange, darkly funny gem that explores what happens when ordinary people snap. Melanie Lynskey plays a woman tired of life's small injustices, rude neighbors, careless strangers, and a world that seems increasingly cruel. When her house is robbed, she teams up with her eccentric neighbor, played by Elijah Wood, to track down the thieves. What starts as a quirky comedy spirals into unexpected violence, blending humor with shocking brutality. The film won the Grand Jury Prize at Sundance for its originality and boldness. It's both a dark satire and a heartfelt story about finding connection in a broken world. I don't feel at home in this world anymore proves that hidden gems don't need big budgets. They just need heart and vision. How far would you go if you felt the world had given up on you? Coming up next, a chilling Stephen King adaptation that drags us into the darkness of the human mind.
There's no hell.
Based on a novella by Stephen King, 1922 is a slow-burn horror that seeps under your skin. It tells the story of a farmer who convinces his teenage son to help murder his wife, all for the sake of keeping their land. But guilt doesn't stay buried for long. As rats infest his home and visions plague his mind, the farmer begins a steady descent into madness. Thomas Jane gives a haunting performance, capturing both the pride and paranoia of a man consumed by his own crime. The film pacing is deliberate, pulling you deeper into its bleak and unsettling atmosphere. It's less about jump scares and more about psychological torment, making it one of Netflix's most underrated horror gems. Could you live with a crime that refuses to stay silent? Up next, an indie sci-fi that twists reality itself into something unforgettable.
Diciendo que ha hecho cosas horribles.
The Endless is one of those rare indie sci-fi films that makes you question everything you've seen. Directed by Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead, who also star in the film. It follows two brothers who return to a UFO cult they once escaped. At first, the community seems harmless, but soon, the laws of time and reality begin to fracture. The film blends cosmic horror with human drama, exploring cycles, memory, and the pull of belonging. What's remarkable is how it builds an entire universe of mystery on a small budget, proving imagination is more powerful than special effects. With eerie visuals and a haunting score, The Endless is the kind of film you keep thinking about. Long after it ends, time kept looping endlessly. Would you choose to escape or stay? Coming up next, a horror story that combines supernatural scares with the trauma of displacement. Remy Weeks' House is more than just a haunted house movie. It's a story of survival, grief, and trauma. It follows a refugee couple from South Sudan who are given housing in a small English town. But within those walls lurks something sinister as supernatural horrors begin to torment them. What makes the film stand out is how it blends traditional horror with the very real scars of war and migration. Soap DRs and Wunmi Mosaku deliver heartbreaking performances that give the story emotional weight. It's chilling, powerful, and unlike any other horror film on Netflix, this hidden gem will terrify you and move you in equal measure. Can you ever truly escape the ghosts of your past? Next, we trade ghosts for gangsters in one of the most brutal action films you'll find on Netflix. From Indonesia Comes the Night Comes for Us, a relentless action film that pulls no punches. Directed by Timo Jojanto, it follows a former enforcer who betrays his criminal syndicate to protect a young girl. What follows is 2 hours of some of the most brutal, bone-crunching fight choreography ever put on screen. The film doesn't shy away from violence. It embraces it, delivering set piece after set piece that leaves you breathless. Joe Taslim and Iko Uwais, stars of The Raid, bring intensity and authenticity to every scene. This hidden gem is a masterclass in martial arts filmmaking and a must-watch for action fans. Kudo, fight against everything you've ever known to do the right thing. Coming up next, another Stephen King adaptation. This time, one that traps us in a room with no way out. Mike Flanagan's Gerald's Game is a terrifyingly intimate psychological thriller. Carla Gugino plays Jessie, a woman handcuffed to a bed in a remote cabin after a role-play go. Tragically wrong when her husband dies suddenly. Alone and unable to escape, Jessie must confront not only her physical survival, but also the demons of her past. The film's claustrophobic setting amplifies the tension, turning one room into a nightmare. Gugino delivers a powerhouse performance that anchors the story with vulnerability and strength. Adapted from Stephen King's novel, it's a chilling exploration of trauma, resilience, and survival. How long could you hold on to sanity if you were left completely alone? Next, we move to a dark, atmospheric tale of cults, faith, and human sacrifice. Directed by Gareth Evans, best known for The Raid, Apostle is a slow-burn horror that immerses you in its eerie world. Set in 1905, it follows a man who infiltrates a remote island community to rescue his sister from a mysterious religious cult. What starts as a suspenseful drama evolves into gruesome horror, filled with shocking twists and disturbing imagery. Don Stevens gives a riveting performance as the desperate brother caught between faith and madness. With its grim atmosphere, period setting, and brutal direction, Apostle feels like a forgotten classic. It's one of Netflix's most overlooked originals, a chilling hidden gem worth revisiting. Would you risk your soul to save someone you love? Up next, an Irish drama that blends raw violence with heartbreaking humanity. Also known as The Shadow of Violence, this Irish crime drama is as emotional as it is gritty. It follows Douglas Armstrong, a former boxer working as an enforcer for a violent crime family, trying to be a good father to his autistic son. The tension between loyalty to crime and love for family drives the story, making it both brutal and heartfelt. Cosmo Jarvis delivers a stunning performance, matched by Barry Keoghan in a chilling supporting role. The film captures small-town desperation with authenticity, while also delivering bursts of shocking violence. Calm with Horses is a hidden gem that deserves far more attention than it got on release. If loyalty meant losing your family, which would you choose? And finally, we end our list with a post-apocalyptic drama that's as emotional as it is haunting. Starring Martin Freeman, Cargo is a post-apocalyptic story with a surprisingly tender heart. After a deadly virus wipes out much of the population, a father searches for a safe future for his infant daughter before time runs out. Unlike typical zombie films, Cargo focuses on humanity, love, and sacrifice. Freeman delivers a heartbreaking performance, portraying a man torn between survival and fatherhood. The Australian landscapes add to the sense of isolation and despair, making the world feel vast and unforgiving. What makes Cargo special is its emotional depth. It's not about monsters outside, but the bond inside. This hidden gem proved that even in darkness, there's room for hope. What legacy would you leave if you only had days to live? That wraps up our list of 10 hidden Netflix gems. These films may not have made the headline, but each one offers something unforgettable, whether it's action, horror, or heartfelt drama. Which of these will you be adding to your watch list? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more weekly recommendations.